Playing blackjack is fun. Losing money is not. If you want to make your dollars stretch further without all the work of becoming a card counter, here are 6 tips to improve your blackjack game without counting cards. Hey, I'm Colin from Blackjack Apprenticeship, and the only thing I'm excited about is training people to take casinos' money. But when you've seen as bad blackjack play as I've seen in a casino, and there are some things you can do before learning how to master the game to just be a better player and not give the casino so much of your money. And if you've been gambling for a while, you might have a hard time changing your ways, but hear me out. Here are 6 things that are going to have a big impact and could save you a ton of money in the casino. The first thing you need to do is avoid the side bets. I was in a casino recently, and as soon as I stepped up to the table, a guy is saying, hey, you should play over here. The side bets over here are where the real money is made at. Does he know that I've run teams that have made millions of dollars at blackjack? No, he doesn't. But he's trying to educate me on how to make money on the side bets. Little does he know, those side bets have a much larger edge over the player than the main blackjack bets. While a perfect basic strategy player at a typical blackjack game is going to have a 0.5% disadvantage, that's half of 1% disadvantage, those side bets typically are a 3 to 25% disadvantage for the player. That means you're going to lose your money 6 to 50 times faster on the side bets than on the main blackjack bet. And remember, insurance is actually a side bet. It's a side bet with a 2.5% casino advantage. And so insuring your hand when you don't know the proper time to do it is throwing away your money 5 times faster than avoiding insurance. I know hitting a big payout on a side bet can be fun, but it's just like the lottery, where there's these rare times where you get a big payout, but overall you are just lighting your money on fire. The next tip is to follow basic strategy all the time. Playing basic strategy gives you half of 1% disadvantage, but that's if you follow it. The average blackjack player in a casino is playing with a 2 to 3% disadvantage, so that's 4 to 6 times worse because they are not following basic strategy. Ironically, I get corrected by players at the table all the time because their kind of groupthink or intuition of how to play the game has them saying I should do something different than what I'm doing, and sometimes the decisions feel unintuitive. You don't want to hit your 16 against a 10 because you're probably going to bust. It's still the right decision because if you don't hit the hand, you're going to lose more money. So you've got to follow these decisions regardless of what people in the casino think, the dealer, the other players, and regardless of how it feels. These are the right mathematical decisions. Follow them all the time and your money will go a lot. Next tip is always have 6 bets to back up any bet that you place. So think of it this way. If you want to bet $10, you've got to have another $60 with you before you place that $10 bet. Why? Because you need to be prepared for any double downs or splits that basic strategy might tell you to have. If you put all of your money on a bet and then you're supposed to double it down, you are giving up a huge advantage by not being able to play that hand properly. My next tip is to milk the comps. Now, if you're a card counter or an advantage player, there's a very good chance you don't want to play rated. You want to protect your identity. If you're just a gambler and you want your money to go further in the casino, you have the advantage of playing rated and getting the comps. And there are ways to maximize those comps. The casinos know exactly what you're worth to them, and so they've got formulas to calculate how much they're going to make off of you, and they're willing to give a percentage of that back, maybe a third of what you're going to give them as far as what their formulas say. But if you do a few things to maximize it, you could get more out of them than they think you are, starting with playing a more crowded table. Their formula is based on how many rounds per hour, how many hands per hour you're going to play, and at a more crowded table, you might actually be playing fewer rounds when they're calculating, which means you're going to get more comps from them than their formula said. Another tip is to make sure that you're getting rated when you've got your top bet out there. Let's say you're there and you're gambling and you're betting between $10 and $50. Well, the time to ask the pit boss, am I being rated, is when you've got $50 out there. Or for that matter, if you give them your player's card and the pit boss looks to see what you're betting, put your top bet out there right then, so he enters $50 into the computer, and then drop your bet to 10, and you might be getting rated off of that higher bet. My next tip is don't chase your money. Don't go on tilt. And I know there are those times where the cards are just not coming out right. It happens even to card counters, it happens to everybody in the casino. But when that is happening and you're getting clobbered, there could be this thought of, hey, well maybe if I just make a few big bets, I'll win it all back. Maybe. But statistically speaking, that is not what's going to happen. Don't convince yourself, well, it worked that one time. If you go on tilt and you start betting more, odds are you're going to lose more money and you're going to be regretting that decision. Worse yet, as you go on tilt, you might decide, why don't I go to the ATM, get some more money out, and chase those losses. A lot of money has been lost at casinos with people chasing their losses. These casinos are not built on winning players. If you don't have the advantage, don't expect to win. And going and getting more money out is going to be a decision that you will likely regret. My favorite high school teacher used to say, it's easier to decide not to speed on the freeway before you get on the freeway than when you're already on it. Well, decide what rules you have for yourself. Make good decisions when you're thinking clearly before you get into the casino. Don't bring more money to the casino with another tip, and this is a really big one. Please listen, do not play blackjack variants. There's 6-5 blackjack. It's terrible. Way, way worse than 3-2 blackjack. Don't play blackjack switch or player's edge or super fun 21. It is not super fun.
This is liberal blackjack.
Okay.
It's easy money, but it's blackjack cheating at the casino.
All those variants, you can Google and find someone like Wizard of Oz has put the house edge of them. We even have a video about the worst ones of these, but these things are so bad and your money is going to go so much faster. Fight for casinos offering a fair blackjack game, like a 3-2 blackjack game, out of a shoe, and play those games. Going back to the 6-5 blackjack thing, this is a really big one. Just because 6 and 5 are bigger numbers than 3 and 2 does not mean it's a better game.
Okay, I heard 6-5 is better for like odds. Is that true? No?
No.
Oh, okay.
You're actually going to lose your money 3 times faster at a 6-5 blackjack game. These 6-5 tables are cropping up, especially in Vegas. And the casinos, they don't advertise that these are crappy games. They might not even put it on the felt. You need to ask, is this a 3-2 game? And if it's not, don't play it.
6-5? This is 6-5?